Now it's time to show you how I made this. Starting with this XPS foam, which I cut into a bunch of rectangular pieces by hand, to the relative height I wanted the structure to be, using a DBZ figure as my reference point. I used low temperature hot glue to bond all the pieces together. That dried very quickly, and then I started carving the rock formation using strategic slash patterns, which I then peeled away layer by layer with my fingers. This is a technique I learned from fellow YouTuber Small World Workshop that helps make carving foam into rock look a bit more realistic. I thought the structure was too level, so I used my Proxxon hot wire cutting table to cut the base at an angle. Then I got back to hand carving. When I do this, I like to start with the interior section, carve that up to my liking, and then start adding exterior sections that I glue on and then blend by repeating the slash and peel foam technique. I started with a very rectangular object, so the challenge is to make this a more organic shape as I go, because if this ends up looking too rectangular, it will take away from the rock formation illusion I want to achieve. So I play around with different shapes and thicknesses as I add layers of faux rock to the structure. As I piece this together, I try to make sure there is some carving continuity from piece to piece, which will help me erase the layer lines from the foam. My plan for the base of the rock formation was to scatter some rubble-like pieces, which I carved separately and then glued on with hot glue. For this, I tried to think about where rubble would logically exist and then add pieces of various sizes and thicknesses based on that. I'm no physicist, but I like the arrangement I ended up with here. Because of the vertical stacking I did with the foam, I had to go in and fill some spots with foam offcuts and then blend them in through carving. After that, I repeated the carving and rubble process on the back side of this, which left me with a lot of foam scrap. I cleaned up my workstation and then I did some texturing and detail carving on the piece.